Hello, welcome. This is more Mahoutsukai no Yome. I think actually the last episode of the season, and there's only so much we can take. With each of the students having their own family histories and troubles to worry about. Now, some members of the school maybe not being those of what they appear. Delving into a new dungeony area. Assuming that the advisor was the one they were meant to be seeing, and might not be the case. Of course, certain students are faring better than others, whether it being because of having life drained away from them, or your own family members telling you you are a waste of space. It can all be a little too real. But there's no point in just sitting around and waiting. The spiders are still missing. The culprit that is harming everyone is still out there. What more is going to be shown off? No handrails on these stairs, but the waste tower being something of a disposal site for so much. What kind of experiments are they going to... Well, previous experiments are they going to run into? It's a lot more cave-like than an actual structure of any kind. You would think that, sure, any kind of institute of learning would need a place to house remnants of experiments past, but most of the time you'd think like a warehouse or something, not just, throw it in a pit. They probably don't do too well in terms of documenting everything, keeping a list of what's in there. And is there going to be need to delve back into the realms between? Maybe this time even have the fair for the contract. Or for Chisei to beastify her arm and attack the ones in front of her. Well, just jump in. On a certain day as well. I mean, we did get the briefest glimpses of Halloween before, so... Yep. It's beautiful. "30 minutes. Everyone return." And the rising violins. Grab them by the petals and cut above the root. Well, clearly there are those that are not ready to see them and those that can, and the distinction there being not something that you'd have in polite conversation. When it comes to Chisei, pretty much anything is a given. Mm, I don't have any candy, so help! He's being assaulted. Well, this is all just to prove a point. Even though she is trying so hard to be a bodyguard and part of his life there to help him. This is her reason. Her. Oh, yeah. Raison d'etre. Wanting to actually look out for her and keep her safe, away from all the dangers and everything. Don't wander off too far. Probably because you are from all sorts. Those hiding in the shadows. When the veil between life and death is the thinnest. And the spirits of the past can eke over and get a lot done. Oh, that's probably why you want to harvest it. Ah, that wasn't a real flower. Okay. We did get a little brief bit of their past where she was in a tree before, but I mean, he's asking what she wants. She hasn't felt the possibility of having anything, her own wishes and the like. So everyone's getting off the getting bits off their chest, aren't they? And so he's repaying the kindness onto her. Rather than actually talking things out when there's potentially heavy topics or opening up your heart, run away. Take care of yourselves. Where's his shadow? Oh, there it is. Take care of yourselves and don't miss any meals. Be very parentally. I would say it's pretty clear cut as to what it means. And she's keeping the ghost costume with her. He's just along for the ride and he's enjoying it. You don't want a peat fire. How? I don't think those crystals are very dense. If that's the noise of them being dropped there. Oh crap! Now lost amongst a long tunnel. Have you turned the wrong way? Oh no. How did they just suddenly sneak up on him? But got to find out there. It's good that the zoo has the snakes to get out of a situation if need by. Yeah, just freeze them and run. You forgot the oars. Ah. No, you can't go just yet. Stay and heal, get up to 100% first. He's wanting to be a decent brother, but not of his own volition, to be fair. Well, maybe actually after the attack. Sure, but what is she sensing? Ah. So far it all lines up, yes. A very interesting prospect, yes. And I would say that the mate who bought her would like her in that state. Bound to the waste tower. And now that he's found one, some experiments can commence. Oh dear. Thanks to the likes of the eye and choosing on being 100% herself now. The whole conglomeration, the amalgam that Chisei is, based on how he's conversing with her, I fully understand it and believe what he was saying. And he would be best to back off for now. Especially not when this monster is Elias. Now that this little talk of, oh, do you want to come to me, is over, well, they're now being somewhat civil. Ah, is that the prerequisite for seeing it? Yeah, Chisei's not new to the ideas of bloodshed. But the other kid, what happened to there? Oh, yeah, you should just run around corners without looking. In her current state, running around isn't particularly good for her, but after the back and forth she had with her brother, there, yeah, she can hide. Look at him clamber back up. Why wouldn't they be? Zaccaroni. And even though he's not the actual advisor for them, with only a slight with only a slight amount of danger handed over to them, actually giving them a particularly good lesson and teaching them about the tower. No, it's a ghost. It's a spooky ghost. I guess her actually being able to let things out because of the little outfit there, be able to show a weakness instead of just letting it in the open. Now seeing it from both sides, actually having this moment where they can open up, and he was the one driven out from the family and ostracized out. She was just a child, though. She wouldn't necessarily have to bear the sins of the entire family shunning him. Well, he was the most family to her. Well, the one that acted the most like family to her, even when he wasn't accepted. Make them pay. She has an ideal she's trying to go for. Hmm. But was that a poster about safety with traffic? Look left and right. Yes. She is his little sister. Of course, he would care and worry, even if the family tried to throw him away. After their little excursion out into the waste tower, which was a lot shorter than I expected it to be, with a lot less hassle than I expected it to be. Talking through the medium of owl. Rather than meeting in person. So show some restraint. You're in charge here. The back and forth kind of backhanders at them. They're very different outlooks and how they deal with things. Yeah, you can't get the true meaning of the words and the inflections one through written media. Now everyone knows about it. It's for the college and family to discuss, not just a one-sided decision. Speaking for her. Yeah, everyone here is going to be okay with the grandmother speaking to her in that sense. Oh. Out of everyone, I expected some of the students to do something about it. Isaac, fair enough. Grab her, drag her away. They can't take her away from the school if they do it first. And now the grandmother has gained the ire of some of the students. Welcome back. Wow. There's no getting in, no getting out. It needs to be locked down until you figure out who it is. There goes the barrier. Consider herself now informed. You would have thought that they would have lowered a thing like that earlier if they had it the first time they noticed there's someone in the grounds that would be attacking students and faculty members. Ah. They are flippant creatures. They are doing what they want. Ah. They work in tandem. It's a symbiotic relationship. And now that she's been separated from the... so uncivilized. Separated from the grandmother's control there. Gained a little self-autonomy. Would be nice to have a bit of her own will. I see like a lot of the family there isn't exactly allowed to move as they please. Oh, that's interesting. So, some little plot threads arising, being trimmed. Having the sorcerer bound to the tower, take an interest in the slave beggar, and into Chise having being shut down so thoroughly, and also helpful getting the students to gather certain materials. We are learning bits and pieces about them, so those that can see certain foliage. It's quite impressive that the little student group here can fight for each other and step in when need be. Familiar might be taken out of taken out of school. She has no wish for herself. Definitely doesn't stand up for her own desires at all, so that's one thing, but they are now fighting for her. We won't let you go. What about the other students that we haven't really had any time with for quite a while? It is good to see the school finally taking a response to the trouble that has been going on. Having the life drain, the magic siphoning. Yeah, probably not best to just let that go on while... sure, they might be investigating, but if there is just a come and go, cool, sneak in, sap a teacher, run away, there's not much they can really do. Put the school under lock and key, no one can get in, out, whether it be through just normal walkabout means or through sorceries. Now you can get down to investigating. Will it boil down to any of the families, sergeants, or the spiders? Will those stories cross in the future? Lucy's now opening up and telling her brother exactly how she was feeling there, what her goals are for the future, and getting back at those that wronged them. And herself feeling a bit inadequate for also just letting the brother go and not really worrying about it. She told herself that she hates him, that she can resolve herself from some of the guilt of just letting him go off on it by himself. But of course, we all knew that a lot of the sorcerers, mages, students, various background characters, etc., especially when it comes to this school, were going to be a little eccentric. Having kind of interesting designs, each one of them, but the headmaster actually taking a stand saying, oh, you want to withdraw a student? Well, no. Both for the interest of the student and for security reasons. No. Put the matter in writing. We'll hear your complaints, but the school board have deemed that she is not to be withdrawn. Having the various dorm mothers, the catsifs, the protectors of here. Obviously, before I was thinking, cool cats. I wonder what they can do. Now I'm like, cool cats. Holy fuck. And they're not ordered around at all. They're just living in harmony with the other residents of the school and deciding to work for them. Probably for some belly rubs and tuna. You see, since we've been kind of stuck in the school setting, experiencing the waste tower and seeing some of the denizens there, or even just the minerals and stuff, the greater interests of the world, I really, really like that part of it, exploring a bit more, seeing what else is out there, which, while not potentially being too intrinsically linked with the story or plot or pushing things forward, just a little bit of world building, even if it is in a refuse bin for experiments. It's a pity now that I'll probably have to wait a very long time before I see any more. Well, Chisei being this Frankenstein of various parts, whether it be Curse of Dragons or some particularly psychotic eye. Chisei really is a walking concoction of interest to pretty much everyone around, even if she wasn't a slayburger. I enjoyed this season. I think I might have... Well, no, not I think. I know that I preferred season 1 a bit more, just because it's getting into things a little fresh air, we're experiencing the grander countryside of England. And having that build up of the two of them, but now that it's been settled and they're close, having Chusei branch out her relationships and meeting new people and making new friends is very nice to see. It just feels it's moving somewhat slowly. But if you have liked what you've seen here, the magic on display, the dangers, let me know down below. If there's any characters you want to see more of or that you particularly empathise with, well, I question about what you've been going through sometimes, but I hope things are alright for you. If you want to see more, there's obviously quite a wait for any more Ancient Magus Bride, but you can consider subscribing to the channel to see what's coming up next at least. Maybe join on to my Discord for maybe an update or two, if I ever actually get round to it. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. So I can see you nice, healthy, refreshed for the next one. It is thanks to my patrons that I haven't been shelved off into the waste tower of past projects, a place of darkness and misery. So I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Trayvon, Shiwan, Akane, Guado, Tori Jane, Kite, Lightwizard91, Megu42, Diego Zenhausen, SZ9870, Croyville, Maxwell and everyone else. And if you would also like to assist me gathering the ore to sustain the channel a little bit longer, consider joining on as well.